Brought to you by GatewayCitySavers.com.
101ESPN.com presents The Redbird Report.
From the very beginning of this season, when the Cardinals were struggling offensively, what did we keep saying? We said the second, the middle of the order, the big guys, the ones who are paid to do their jobs, once they start doing it, everything is going to be fine. And that is exactly what you are seeing right now. Not just Albert Pujols starting to get hot, but most important out of it, anybody that is in this lineup right now that had been struggling, who's coming around and making things a lot different than they were before. Number 7, Matt Holliday. He was signed to a 7-year, $120 million contract for a reason, to drive in runs. Okay, well, fine. Tony moves him to the number 2 spot. That's not quite exactly the same as driving in runs, but the second Holliday gets going, along with Albert, the entire complexion of this lineup looks totally different. When Holliday was struggling and Albert was trying to do a little bit too much and expanding his zone, I know he doesn't like to admit that, but it actually does happen, then a lot of the onus gets put on some of the other guys like Colby Rasmussen, David Freese, Brendan Ryan, Skip Schumacher. Those guys are complementary pieces. They are not supposed to be carrying this lineup day in and day out. When Holliday and Albert are doing their thing, specifically Holliday, because we know what Albert can do, and if he goes into a slump, it's only going to last for a couple weeks. So don't put the onus as much on Albert. We know what he can do, and he's not going to struggle as long as Holliday has struggled. With Holliday, he has been the problem. He has been the whole key to all of this. The second he has gotten right, he has put everybody else, like we mentioned, the complementary pieces, they put them back in that role as opposed to having to be in the forefront of carrying this ball club. But now that he is doing what he is supposed to be doing, hitting the ball a long, long way and hitting it very hard, this offense is starting to do what it is supposed to do, and that is score runs. Now with Holliday, everybody keeps going back to what he was doing last year and how he struggled at the beginning of the season with Oakland. Guess what? It's not even close to the same. Holliday never even had a whiff of 300 last year at the beginning of the season when he was with Oakland. He hit 241 in April, hit about 290 in May to bring his average up to about 270, and then after that he was around the 270, 280 mark. With the Cardinals, he's been around 300 all year. The problem is he's hit, he just hasn't hit at the right time. He hasn't hit with runners in scoring position, and obviously he's being paid a lot of money to do just that. So he is far surpassed what he has done from this point last year when he was struggling with the Oakland A's. Then if you want to look at power, he had 8 home runs at the end of June. He's got 10 right now. So he's past the power, past the average. He's doing everything more now than he was doing at this point last year. And then, of course, he came over to St. Louis and he just went absolutely bananas. So if he can just continue to be the second half type of player that he has been statistically in his career, guess what? He's going to do his thing. Albert's going to do his thing. Everybody else, Rasmus, Freese, and the like, they get to be the complementary pieces that they are. And guess what? Cardinals are going to score a lot of runs. And with the pitching they've gotten, they're going to win a lot of baseball games.